get into it. What you need to know about Discover before you apply. Okay. Now, I've done a couple videos on Discover already. Some of you guys know I'm not the biggest Discover fan in the world, but you guys have enlightened me, and you've said a lot of things that made me do more research and think on things. So this video is going to be about Discover before you apply. I'm going to tell you what I like, what I don't like, and then some of your experience that I've already been gathering from the comments. So this is kind of like a give back to you guys. As you guys, some of you guys out there that are big Discover fans, I understand. I understand. So let's get into it. First of all, you cannot have more than 2 Discover cards, okay? And you need 1 card for 1 year before you can open another card. That's what you guys need to know off the bat. So this is not going to be like Chase. This is not going to be like American Express. You can't have more than 2 Discover cards. You need to know that, okay? And you can't have them within your first year. You can only have 1 card, okay? Now, from the data points that I gathered from this, is with the Discover card, your first card you'll have a lower limit approval. That's what happened to me. Okay, I think I had like 1,500 when I got approved for the card, and I don't remember who they pull from. Make sure you guys put in the comment section who they pull from. It's in some of my other videos, but just off the top of my head, I can't remember who they pull from. So if you guys know who they pull from, please comment below. But it's obviously a hard pull. But here's the cool thing that I like about Discover is they do soft pulls for credit limit increases. They don't do hard pulls, which is amazing. They also offer personal loans as well. So once you have a relationship with Discover, you can apply for a personal loan with them. They're not bad at all. They're actually kind of underrated. I'll do a review on them. But here's what you got to know to get a credit limit increase. You have to use the card. If you don't utilize the card, they won't give you an increase. They won't feel like you need one, so they won't give you an increase. Number 2, no derogatories, making sure that you're paying all your credit on time. Your utilization's got to be low. So you got to take care of the credit aspect, but you also got to use the card. And you got to pay it off in full before you do a credit limit increase, or as much as you can. But you want to show that you're using the card and ring that card up so that way you can justify a larger increase. Now, I've done a video about a credit limit increase with Discover, but I'll go ahead and give you some of the quick bullet points, and you can watch the other videos on Discover if you want. But the biggest thing that you're going to do is when you apply from the app for a credit limit increase, you're always going to get a lower increase than if you talk to a manager. So you want to do it on your app, and then you want to call in and speak to a manager. The rep won't be able to help you. You have to speak to a manager and then ask them for a bigger increase, and they'll come with a counter offer. Okay? Their customer service is amazing. So I like that this is a soft pull. The customer service is amazing. The other thing I want to let you know about Discover is their business credit cards do report to your personal credit. That's a huge red flag for me. I don't like it. The only reason why I'd get a Discover business card is to build business credit, but there's other ways to build business credit by fintechs that I have an entire playlist for, and for many other credit cards that you can personally guarantee that will report to business credit, and you can build it that way. And because the reason why I don't like that you need to know about if you apply for a business card is why would you want your utilization to go against you? Okay, one of the biggest reasons that you apply for business credit cards is that your utilization doesn't report to your personal side, because businesses by nature are going to spend more money. So if you're maxing out your business card, it's going to show up on your personal side that you're maxing that out. Now your score plummets, and you guys got to know that. I would not recommend their business credit cards. First of all, you're not going to get high limits with it. And number 2, it's going to tank your personal credit score. If you want to get their secured card, I get that it's super popular. Go for it. Some of you guys got approved for $7,000 right away. You guys must have some age credit, because what I've seen is mixed. It's like high limits or low limits, and then you got to work your way up for it. But hey, when I got it, I was just starting to rebuild my credit and build credit. So that's perfectly understandable why my limit was low. Right now, it's about $5,500 to $6,000. So, I mean, it's not great, but it's, we built it up a little bit. But I barely use the card because it's not my favorite card in the world. So you guys need to know that. If you guys can comment who it hard pulls from, that'd be super helpful. But with Discover, they're not a horrible card. I actually put them on like the cards to avoid. the reason why I put them on that video wasn't because they're a bad bank, because I think there's a lot of positives. Soft pulls for credit limit increases. The customer service is phenomenal. The app is great, but their rewards really aren't great. And the business credit reporting is crap. And the credit lines that they start most people out with are garbage. So it's just like, is it a waste of inquiry? That was my whole thing. Is this a waste to do an inquiry of? Is there other cards that you could use an inquiry and get a higher limit and have a better experience and have better rewards? That was my whole argument with that video. So it was kind of like, it was cool to hear everybody's opinion, because some of you guys have had an amazing relationship with Discover and got personal loans and stuff like that. And I get it. I understand it. But I want people to know before they apply for a Discover card that unless you have amazing credit or you haven't opened up any brand new accounts recently, you're probably going to have a very, very low credit limit given to you. And you need to know that before you get into it, because I don't like to waste inquiries. Yes, you can sweep them. Yes, you can get rid of them. But the problem is it takes time or it takes money. One of the two. And I don't want to waste money and I don't want to waste time. But if I'm going to get rid of my inquiries, I'm going to pay to get it done, because I don't want to do it myself. I don't have time for it. My time is too valuable to be trying to monkey with that stuff. I hate that stuff. So if I can do it right the first time, my philosophy is to do it right the first time. But if you want a Discover card, that's what you need to know. One card for your first 12 months. Your limit's going to be low unless you have perfect credit. But the thing is if you have perfect credit, why would you go for this card? There's so many other cards out there that are better. You don't want to waste this on a 524 rule with Chase too. That's another thing you got to know. That if you apply for this card, you use an inquiry, and the thing is then you can say, well, I'll just dispute the inquiry. Well, you never want to also dispute open accounts, because then they can shut it down for fraud. And that's a whole nother issue. So I never dispute inquiries on open accounts or credit limit increases, because then they'll try to shut the card down. They can't do that. And I don't like that. And so if you're going to do it on the business side, that's fine, because it doesn't report to your business credit. I mean, it doesn't report to your personal credit, but you guys just got to know everything going into this Discover before you apply. That's my opinion. I don't hate Discover. I don't really like them, but I don't hate them. I don't think they're bad. I think they're great for building credit. I think they're great for people that don't really want to use credit cards but have one for an emergency. I think that's cool, right? But other than that, if you're trying to do aggressive leveraging of credit, I'm not a big fan of Discover, but that's me. So just know that before you apply, that you could have a low limit, that you could waste an inquiry, and that it may take you a while to build up the credit limit on it. So just know that, just as long as you know the information. Anyways, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you guys.